So John, for vSAN networking, can vSAN use 100 gig uplinks?
Yes, it can. So, and one thing to think about with hosts, if we go back to, the Stone Ages when we all lived on 1 gig, we would often do a dedicated pair for 1 gig, a dedicated pair for, for VMs, for vMotion, for management, for storage. I called it like the Hydra. You had like these servers that had like 12 cables coming out of the back, and somehow you do this in one U, and the cable plant just got messy. And so as we went to 10, we've gone to 25. There's been, people are consolidating on maybe four 10 gig or four 225s. And one of the advantages of going to 100 gig is you can chop that up. And so you can have at that point, maybe you don't need that all for vSAN, but you can also be running vMotion. You can also be running VM traffic, using different VLANs to segment that traffic and network IO control to prevent kind of noisy neighbor issues. But this helps people consolidate the amount of cable plant because as this has actually come up, a lot of customers, they'll say, well, I'm thinking about blades. And you would ask why. And they'd say, well, I hate the cabling. I hate cable plant. And one of the nice things about going to 100 gig and these newer, faster speeds is you can reduce the amount of cabling you have to run. And there's a lot of hidden costs in optics and switch ports that, people don't always account for. So this consolidation can help.
Yeah, there's no glory in cable management. And I think anytime you can reduce that, it saves time and effort for everybody. What is the pricing like between 25 gig and 100 gig as far as the network cards?
So I was just going to look at Mellanox's the other day, nvidia.com. I looked at just the street price order from their store. Obviously, pricing may vary depending on your country. I'm in the United States. A good 25 gig Mellanox that was on the vSAN HCL for RDMA was about $300 for that NIC. A good 100 gig was, I think, just shy of 1,000. It was maybe 800-900. So the cost, I mean, it does cost more, but the net cost per gigabyte's there. I was also looking at, some of the basically the rural white box switching that are in the 100 gig, which is an indicator of where those ASIC prices are that other, more name brands would use. They've come immensely down. I mean, I saw some white box 100 gigs for like, 15 grand or something for 30 port. I mean, this stuff is no longer the thing that you used to see 100 gig and you say, that's exotic. That's for telco backend networks. Us poor people, we can't afford that. We need to rise up in the data center and seize the means of telco expensive, platinum plated ports. But no, this stuff, 100 gig and 25 are very affordable for core data center usage today.